And we are here specifically because you have a very special anniversary coming up.
I do. And shocking to everyone, myself included.
Yeah.
But in just a few days, I will be 1 year celibate. Celibate.
And this is something that just happened. Like, you didn't plan for this.
I did not plan for it. And it's so funny because ever since I have been open about it, which was basically once I realized that it was going to happen, everyone's like, oh, that's so cool. Congratulations. You know, like, wow, you have a lot of willpower. I'm like, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't set out to be celibate for a year. It just sort of happened that way.
And is that something that now that you've reached that, like, how does that, what does that make you think about in terms of, looking back without having it, like, and that's no sexual activity. That's no sex, no masturbation, nothing.
No, like, not even, I think I made out with a girl in October at a Halloween party. And I think that was about it. Yeah, there hasn't been anything, but I will say it has shown me that I can do anything, and I have no excuse not to, pursue anything or give up anything that I need to, because apparently I can do it. Because if you would have told me a year ago that I would go a year without sex, I would not have believed you.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, has that changed, like, has that changed anything for you, like, in terms of your mental state, has not having sex made you feel different in any way?
I'm weirdly more zen. I feel like that's such a stereotype. And it also could be because my life is going through a lot of other changes as well. And so I don't know if it's a combination of everything or, specific to being celibate, but it's something is working.
Sure.
And so I am of the mind that, when you're healing or you're recovering, try anything you can and see what works. I mean, if it doesn't work, that's too bad. But if it does, excellent. At least you've got more coping skills in your belt.
Sure.
And, so this all, it comes back to, I had things that I was trying to heal from and recover from and grieve. And so the celibacy just sort of sprang out of that, but it was not intentional.
Well, and was there a point you started to realize that being celibate was helping you?
No, it was mostly a kind of bane of my existence for a long time.
Okay, so it was
because it was, like I said, I didn't plan on it. And so I kept being like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Maybe at this point, maybe at this point. And then the panic setting in of, oh my God, like, I might not get to for 6 months. I might not get to for now a year. Oh, no. And, now at the point, what if it's longer than a year? Oh, no. But at the same time, once it got past a certain point and I knew inevitably it was going to be the year, then I sort of embraced it. And I was like, okay, this is what's happening. This is what's happened. And so let's find a way. How are we going to move through this now that we've gotten to this place, this clean slate? I'm a virgin again. So, where is this going to lead and what can we do? And so, I guess we can talk a little bit about that too. What's going to happen going forward. So
so celibacy is not going to be a permanent thing for you think eventually it'll come to an end, or
Lord, I hope so. I hope so. I was always a sexual person, and that's why I was in the porn industry. I had sex for a living up until just, very recently. And I never saw myself not having sex. I'd always,
in any capacity.
Even before I was in the porn industry, I was a very sexual person. I was, multiple times a day kind of gal and very kinky and
on and off camera?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, there's stuff that I've done off camera that, I've never even done on camera.
Okay.
And, because sometimes you just need it just for you.
Sure.
But I was always very sexual. It was a big part of my personality. I'm a part of the bimbo lifestyle, which is a like 24/7 fetish lifestyle that's built around being, you know, a human sex object.
Yeah.
And so I've also had to navigate, okay, well, being a sexual person was so much a part of my personality and my identity. How do I navigate the world? What's my personality now? And how do other people interact with me now, especially people who worked with me in the porn industry and knew me only in a sexual capacity?
Yeah.
And now I have to be like, oh, I'm not her anymore. You know, sorry, that's not me. You know, and especially in the fetish world.
Yeah.
Leading back to, you know, some other things that I'm recovering from. You know, they expect me, oh, you know, we've always interacted in this way. We've always been kinky. And very specifically, like people coming up and grabbing me by the throat.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day would have been super hot. Nowadays, it makes me panic. But I'm even though I'm such an open person, I'm really not very open about my private life.
Sure.
And about things that have happened. And so hence we come to this podcast where I think I'm in a place where I probably should finally talk about things and kind of explain what happened and where I went and what's going on and how we ended up here a year later celibate.
Well, I'm really grateful and humbled and honored that you were able to be on the show to coincide with this moment so that it can be a moment for you to open up. And
when I got your email, I was like, what lucky timing.
Yeah. So, and